So what versions of software will you need to be able to run at to be able to run these systems? After all, that's a key question when it comes to how we move forward, is that we can use things like live partition mobility to be able to take workloads from existing power boxes, slide them across onto the E1080, potentially without any disruption at all if you're ready to do live partition mobility and be able to move straight forward. We do have the concept of modes. So if we came from a Power 8 system, as you move across into the Power 10, as I say, you can do that potentially non-disruptively and have no outage whatsoever, but it might not realise some of the cool new things that it can do when it gets to that Power 10 server, and so there may be something you might want to schedule a reboot in the future to change from, for example, Power 8 mode up into Power 10 and get the absolute most recent access to the features and therefore the cutting edge performance. The key kind of gateway, the question you need to answer as to whether you can do that and slide onto a Power 10 would be the operating system levels you're working on. So if you're working with AIX already, then you want to be able to access the kind of AIX levels that we have supported today. So if you're running with AIX 7.2, great place to be. So you can get access to that and move forward in the kind of world of technology level 5 service pack 1. That's the plan for AIX 7.2. You can also do that with a technology level 4 service pack 1 as well. Those are the plans. Got to say, these numbers might possibly change before we announce, but that's kind of where we are at the moment. That's my information I have. You can also use the earlier version of AIX 7.1. In that world, what you do is use fully virtualized. You don't use any of the physical adapters, because if we can slide forward into the new world, making all accessed by VIO in the first place, then I don't need to worry quite so much about remembering how to run some of the older adapters. So fully VIO only, AIX 7.1 can be run using technology level 5, service pack 5, so TL5, SP5. You notice I haven't said anything about AIX 6.1 or earlier. Those won't work. Those are old. Those are operating system levels we need to move off. And so none of those are going to work on a Power 10. So you'll need to be able to move up to these 7.1, 7.2s. Of course, you may have already seen the statement of direction. There is a new version of AIX coming out as well. It's going to be an AIX 7.3. That's going to be coming out. And as you would expect, that's going to be the sort of thing that will be able to run on these Power 10 systems moving forward as well. So that will be technology level 0, because it'll be a brand new version of AIX, and Service Pack 1 is expected to run on those systems. Exact numbers that we'll be able to access the Power 10 service release next year, we're not sure, but you can certainly start at that, and in some cases you might need to apply a service pack beyond that to be able to reach those systems. We'll get the details as we move forward into that kind of world, but if you try and upgrade into these versions, you're getting yourself ready for the world of Power 10. IBMI, of course, IBMI can run IBMI 7.4 or IBMI 7.3. Like I say, the supported versions that we're working with the operating systems, those are the ones you can expect to be able to run on Power 10. So your 7.2s, your 7.1s, they're not planned to run on Power 10. We don't have support directly for those. For IBMI 7.3, if you get yourself to technology release 11, you should be in a good place at that point. Or if you're an IBMI 7.4, technology release 5, and you'll be able to move forward in those areas. So IBMI 7.3 and 7.4. Obviously, we'll see Linux coming to these systems as well, as you would fully expect. And of course, we can run AIX, IBMI, Linux all alongside each other on these big enterprise boxes. So that'll be coming. And the kind of world we start off with is with kind of Red Hat. You can do 8.2 or you can do 8.4. There's also Red Hat 9 coming in the future. But 8.2 and 8.4 you should be able to work with. There's some slight deviations on exactly the supported mode you can run in that world. Like I say, can they access the most cutting edge features of Power 10? Get yourself to Red Hat 8.4 to run in Power 10 mode. SLES, so from the SUSE world, absolutely supported as well, so we can do SLES 15. In the future, we'll be able to do SLES 16. And again, if you want to get yourself to Service Pack 3 for SLES 15, then you'll get full access to Power 10. You can also run the earlier version, SLES 12, using Service Pack 5. That's the sort of thing that will run in Power 9 mode, so it'll be able to run, but not get quite access to those top features, and then you can move forward from there. So those are the versions of operating system you can run on this, and feel free to ask me any questions you like about the details beyond that.